but he taught that you are equal heirs into the kingdom of Israel, and that you're not to follow the Pharisaic law, which has put a heavy yoke and a burden upon you that you cannot even keep. Keep the commandments of Yahweh, not the commandments of men. So Rav Sholiach Shaul's letter teaches the exiles to return to the Torah. Return to the Torah. That's the way of life. Keep the commandments as they apply gradually. And if you want to partake in the inheritance of Israel, it's been given to both houses of Israel. And if you want to partake of that inheritance, then come back to the covenants. Because those in Galatia were scattered Israelites that had been scattered by the Assyrians into the nations, caught up by the various wars with Sparta, the Galatian war, and taken captive. And now these Pharisaic Judaizers were coming down from Jerusalem and saying, if you guys in Galatia want to come back to the covenants of Israel, then you have to jump through all of these Pharisaic laws before we'll even accept you. But Rav Sholiach Shaul said, no. If you want to come back to the covenants of Israel, then come back. We'll accept you as you are. Come. Adhere to the 4 essential commandments given to you in Maaseh Shlechim, Acts chapter 15, and go to the synagogue on the Shabbat, and you will get the rest of the Torah instructions over the years as you're learning the Torah, and you'll come back to the faith, the true faith that was once delivered to the Shlechim. This is an exciting book. As we go through and discover the Hebrew roots of our faith, we'll see that more and more is going to come alive, because these Galatians were just wanting to come back to the covenants. They were wanting to come back as the whole house of Israel. They wanted to graft back into that one tree, and they wanted to return to the Torani way of life. Keeping the Torah is the light and easy yoke, but keeping the laws of religion, whether it's Pharisaic religion or the modern religion of men, is a heavy yoke that you, Israel, you cannot bear. Just return to the word of Yahweh and you will find freedom. Come, sit and eat with us, but please acknowledge that we like to eat the way that Hebrews eat. This is the way back into the covenants of Israel. An exciting trek through the Hebrew scriptures. Next week we'll look into the next verses of Sefer Galucha, the book of Galatians.
Amen.
All right.